So, Lori, what are you chewing on this morning?
Well, the same thing you were chewing on
Uh huh. It's jelly
our, bre-
beans.
our breakfast.
Mm. Ooh,
I thought about since putting them in a fancy bowl would make it more refined.
I see. Refined jelly beans.
You know, we love our jelly beans.
You know what? I only eat jelly beans one time a year, and
Good.
and
Yeah,
interesting enough, it's not the ones that I buy. Like I sometimes buy some to go into the eggs for the kids. I don't use
sure.
those are not it.
Yeah.
When I go to Cabo and we go to this golf course and they have these comfort stations, they have jelly beans
Yes.
at the comfort stations. And so then they give you these little containers of them and you can take a couple of them. So that's where I get my jelly beans and I eat them on the golf course and then I bring some home with me.
First of all, I want to back up. The only reason I like that golf course is because of those comfort stations.
Exactly. Yep.
Those are my favorite because the time you made me go out there, I didn't want to go, and Ellie was like, "No, you'll love it because of the comfort
Right.
stations and because there's snacks at every comfort station." What makes the comfort stations so great?
Oh,
I mean, the jelly beans.
well, they're jelly bellies first.
Oh,
So they're the jelly bellies. They're the good ones. You know, Ronald
hmm
Reagan's jelly bellies kind of things.
hmm
And that's why. And something about, well, maybe it has something to do with the drink too, and the combination of the two.
yeah,
You know, sometimes that
yeah,
would hit. But it's just one of those traditions that I started a long time ago, and then here it goes.
yeah.
Continue my
Definitely.
jelly beans. How about
So, my favorite jelly beans right now are the Trader Joe's jelly beans.
oh,
They remind me a little bit of Jelly Bellies,
okay.
and they are a little pricey
Mm-hmm.
than a regular bag like from Walmart, but totally worth it. Here's my issue.
Okay.
So, my husband does not have a sweet tooth. He did not inherit that like I did.
Same.
However,
Oh, he eats your jelly beans, you're going to tell me.
yes, he keeps eating them,
Oh.
which is causing a little marital strife because I put them in this fancy jar, like I said, that was my mama's, and it comes with a cute little lid, all of this, and I want to put it on my island, but I have to hide it in my office because he will say, "I don't know why you buy these things," as he puts his hand in here and eats them. So, anyway, I guess if that's the only thing wrong, we're in good shape.
Yeah, you could probably get I know, I have an idea. Get the Walmart ones, put them in that, put them
Yeah, that's a great idea.
and then keep yours there.
Yes, I'll get the good value, 99 cents a bag. So all the black licorice ones.
Mm,
Here, these are all for you. I'm taking these.
sorry, Mark.
Anyway, all right, I gotta stop eating them because at some point I need to have breakfast.
Sometimes, that's breakfast.
Bad idea.
Mhm.
Okay, you know how a couple weeks ago I was at Gliffy,
Yes.
Great Lakes. We've already talked about that. Loved it. Had such a good time. Still talking to some people that I met. And I did my customer service, talked about service and synergy, dream team, blah, blah, blah.
Great presentation
Um,
I've heard, and I'm sure it was, and that's yeah. Mhm.
did my best,
Did
did
you?
my best to represent the clique. But in that presentation, and pretty much in every time we're talking about customer service, we talk about the importance of building trust, right, with
Yep,
your customer. We
absolutely.
talk about that with our members, the importance of building trust. Nobody ever just joins Flower Click until we have that connection point where they're like, okay, I trust these people, right?
Exactly.
You got to build trust. So I found an article because I was doing some research actually on some other things a few months ago. And I started going, how do you do that? Yes, you listen, you do this, you do that. But this was a little bit deeper dive. So these are just subtle ways that as a customer service associate or person that works in a flower shop or any kind of retail space, if you're listening to the podcast and Maybe you work at Taco Bell. I don't know. Welcome if you are.
We're glad you're here.
We're glad you're here. Any kind of customer service, this is how you build trust. And I want to see if you think, yeah, makes sense, or I don't need that. So I kind of want you to be the customer, maybe.
So once again, listeners, Lori's springing this on me, like
Yeah,
she
yeah,
loves to
because you
do.
don't
She,
know
like,
these are
does not
right.
send it in advance because she's like,
It's a
"I wanna
last
see
minute
what
thing.
Vonda
Yeah,
has to say." So here we
right,
are.
right.
Thank you,
So
Lori.
these are supposed to be subtle things that you can do to make, I hate to say to make the customer trust you, but that allows the customer to start trusting you.
It's
So
that connection and trust, right?
right, right. Because remember, you got what, 7 seconds?
Yeah, that's right.
7 seconds for that first impression. So, number one, be present, not prepared.
Mm,
So, think about it either on the phone or face to face. Let's say you walk in the store and I'm like, "Hey, how are you doing today? Is there anything I can help you with?" So I'm pretty present, or nice day out, instead of going, "Hello, welcome to Lori's Flower Shop. My name is Lori Wilson, blah, 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 blah. Would you like to hear our specials for the day?" Like,
right,
that's a little performative,
for sure.
right?
Mhm.
They says be real careful not to sound rehearsed. And I think that one is hard because we talk a lot in our sales prep school about practicing
Mhm,
and rehearsing
mhm,
and knowing what you're going to say
mhm.
to the customer. But then on the other side of that, I tell people, you better make sure it's in your own language.
Right. I think they go hand in hand, right? It's for a while, you're performing, right? Because we have to
Yeah.
practice, but then after a
Yeah.
while, it becomes second nature, and then it is natural.
Yeah.
"Hi, Lori, I'm really
With
glad
being
you're here today."
comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's being rehearsed, it's being present. Being present to me means you're looking at me. Look at me when you say,
Eye contact. Yeah.
yeah, make that eye
Yeah.
contact because that makes me feel you're present. You're not
Right.
looking in the back room at your designers and yelling at me, "Hey, I'm glad you're in the house store." You know what I mean? Make
I do.
sure you're connecting visually
Yeah.
with that as
Yeah.
well as what you're saying.
Yeah.
So I agree.
My presentation or my class
Mhm.
in Michigan, it was funny. My biggest struggle anytime I teach a class is how am I going to start?
Yeah.
And you know that. And I was going over, like, how do I start this? What am I going to do? And the hardest part for me is to be completely prepared,
Yep.
because sometimes I'm just a little too present that I'm not enough prepared. So I came up with my starting, right? I came up with a kind of fun day in the life poem, and I had practiced it with Audrey, who was there. I kind of ran it by her and she loved it. And then I had a couple of other people that I would ran it by. What do you think? And then I had the whole scenario play it out in my head, prepared
Mhm.
how I was going to just walk up, kind of this dramatic reading, da 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 da. Da. Well, it didn't go that way. It did not go that way because it just didn't. I was present. My friend Holly, who introduced me, she said some really cool stuff. We started dialogue. It just didn't.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because had I done it the way it was prepared,
Right.
it would have been weird and awkward.
Mm.
And I know me. I'm like, that's not gonna fly. I would have been weird and awkward the whole time.
And the way it worked out, you won the trust of everybody sitting
It
there
did,
in
right. I still did the thing,
yeah, just at a
but
different
it
time.
just wasn't the dramatic, it was just different. And that's okay because I was present and I read the room a little better and I was like, okay,
Okay.
pretend with me,
Yeah.
whatever. So I was listening actively to the room because that's what this says. I was asking questions and I was hearing what they were needing and I reacted. So it's okay.
Love that.
It's okay to switch the plan. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
number two, we all know this too, but we can mix these up. when you're having this conversation, lead your conversation with warmth, not just confidence.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh. Mm,
I've been on the receiving end of this because, again, when I call to order flowers, I don't necessarily know names of flowers, and that's fine. I shouldn't because I'm the customer. But I get a super confident person on that. Let's say it's a designer that is doing all the things, it's a smaller shop and they're talking to me. They're not super warm,
mm.
but they're very, very confident. It can tend to make me feel like they're being condescending.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And so we have to be careful
Yeah.
in those conversations to lead with warmth first
Mhm.
and confidence.
So the
And
warmth in that situation, Lori, might be, "Oh, Lori, I hear that you're wanting to send some flowers to your aunt
mhm,
for the
mhm,
birthday, and I think that's a great idea. Let me tell you what
mhm,
I think would be a good idea." And then go in
mhm.
with the confidence first, accept that, and give the warmth back to
Yeah,
you.
well, that or if I kind of have a little bit of an idea,
Uh-huh.
and maybe the idea, let's just say you're the person on the other end, and in your mind going, "That's never gonna work," because you know that, go, "Oh, wow, that is a great idea. I see how," and so go, I'm not sure those together would work and educate me to why, but here's what we could do to still do that to make it still look beautiful because I love the concept of that.
Mhm. I think warmth and confidence can go together. I think you have to be careful with confidence and cockiness.
Oh,
Because I think a lot of times people who are
yeah,
overconfident become
yeah,
cocky, and
yeah,
that's when I think the problems are, because people can
yeah,
be warm and confident,
yeah,
I think.
yeah,
I think they
yeah.
go hand in
I think the cockiness, arrogance, whatever, also
I
when
don't
you're having a bad day, the short the shortness
Yeah,
of people can come across
true.
as, "Ooh, they don't like it." So here's what it says here. People don't connect to competence, they connect to comfort.
Yeah,
It's in our industry, 100%.
100%.
100%. And it goes on to say a study from Harvard found that when people form first impressions, they look for 2 traits: warmth and competence.
Competence. Mm,
Warmth and competence. A warmth, kindness, openness, empathy comes first. So it's not about over smiling or pretending to be friendly. It's about being approachable.
mhm,
So confidence earns your respect,
mhm.
but the warmth is what earns the trust.
Hmm, I like
So
that.
interesting, I thought. Okay, number 3, again, we talk about this in sales prep school also. I'm telling you, I was getting affirmed when I was finding these, thinking, oh gosh,
Okay.
we addressed this already in our sales prep school. Dress like you respect the moment.
Mm, mhm, mm,
Think about that. So clothes don't define you. I'm not saying that. Like, they're not define you, but it says they do communicate something about you before you ever speak.
mm. That is absolutely the truth, because they told me years and years and years ago that when you step on a stage or you step in front of an audience, 50% of that connection is what you're wearing. And you're like,
Agree.
50%.
I
Yikes.
would 100% agree. That is why I'm always stressed about what me. Also, even the us as the presenter, we always feel better if I have
100%, Lori.
a new shirt on or a nicer. It's always how you present yourself also
Mhm.
tells that other person how seriously you're taking this opportunity. So I think that's important. In our prep school, I go talk about if you're a new employee, of course, abide by the dress code. But if there's not really a big dress code, take a look around, read the room.
Read the room.
What is everybody else wearing?
Mhm,
Do that.
mhm.
Like, do that.
That's your
Be like
example.
everybody else, right? It says dress to match your message.
Mm. Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that was good. Number 4, I think this is good.
Now
We
let me go back
both
a minute. Let me go back to dress. What was that again? Dress to match
to match
your mess.
your message.
Okay, so when you're on stage, you're dressing to match your message of customer service. And
Mhm.
sometimes when we're together, we are. But now this week, I will be going to present, and my message is on profit and design. So, am I supposed to dress as a designer who knows a lot? It's
Ooh.
like- that's a
Well,
good one
I
there.
would say I would look at it different.
Okay,
You're dressing to match the message, you're representing flower click.
okay, that's my message.
So that is your message. You're teaching a concept,
Yep.
but you're representing a company that you own.
Mhm.
What do you want that message to be? If you want to show up in the Flower Click sweatshirt and sweatpants, I mean, that is a choice.
Well, that's not going to happen. But I'm saying,
No, if you're in the design room, yes, but if you're on stage,
but
you're not gonna
think
do that.
about that
No,
with
that's a good point.
designers, even who are on stage.
Mhm.
Dress what you want to
Yes.
represent. So that's going to be a different, maybe a little bit more casual.
Mhm.
Because I know you and I both have seen people who are on stage, designers, and this has been me, I
Yeah.
suppose, more so, that are wearing a suit and tie, and I'm like,
Yeah,
That doesn't match my message in my
yeah, yeah,
view, right?
yeah, 100%.
So, yeah,
But then I'm thinking maybe it makes them feel better.
yeah, no, truly, I agree. But it's that
Yeah.
phrase is very interesting to me.
No, it is. And so the person that's up there on stage in a suit, from the audience, what is our first impression of them? Do we lean in more or do we go, wow, that guy's a professional? Or if she's in a suit, like, I don't know. Everybody's a little different, right?
Everybody is different. So it's hard to dress for that look because as a designer, if I see a male up there
Mhm.
in a suit and tie and they're going to be teaching me design, I'm like, do they really wear that in, in the flower shop?
Yeah, in the design
I mean,
room. Yeah.
those are the kind of things that I'm like,
Right.
okay, they're
Right.
representing a designer, and that's not what a designer looks like. Anyway, I'm just
Right.
overthinking that. Sorry, Lori.
Or overthinking. Yeah.
Okay, move on.
I don't know.
Number 4.
Anyway, I'm going on to number 4
Okay.
because you're going to kick me out in a little
Yes,
bit
I
because
will.
I'm going to run out of time and I'm going to go, it was your fault because you landed on the dress thing,
Sorry,
the dress code.
dress code.
Number 4. I love this one. And I think I'm going to say I naturally do this
Okay.
because I'm inquisitive,
Mm,
but I think some people don't. And I'm not saying it's you, but some people don't. Listen to the other person like you are learning something new.
yeah, that's great. You do that
Like,
all the time.
yeah, like, oh my gosh, really? Tell me more. Like, that is the story of my life. And then I get sucked into a conversation and you're pulling me away. It's like,
No,
wait, they were telling me about their dog.
so true. So true.
Right? But that's how you get trust because I think just a naturally curious person about somebody else's story.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm
You are so
if
good
some
at that. I am not as good at that, and I know that. I truly know that.
you
I
shine in other
thank
ways.
you very much. That is not
Okay.
mine. You're right.
You are good at it when you want to
When
be.
I have time to do it.
Right.
I think my
Right.
biggest problem is that a lot of times I'm there and somebody's wanting to tell me their story, Lori, and I'm
And you
like,
just
"Oh,
yeah.
oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
Yes.
have to be
Yes.
here in 5 minutes,
Yes.
and I have to go here and here and
Right.
here." Yeah.
Yeah. My problem becomes I truly want to hear their stories. And then there are other people that witness my interaction with these people that go, oh, she'll hear mine too. And then those people are like, oh, she heard theirs, and theirs. She'll hear. So it's like a line of stories. And then I forget whose stories are whose. And they all live in my head.
Mhm.
And then it's not good for anybody
And then
because I
I
can't
just
remember
keep
who
trying
did
to
what.
pull you away.
Yeah, and then you're like, "Get over here and help me tear down this booth." Like, I'm listening about this person's aunt's farm who had a baby goat. So
And it was
anyway,
because of the baby goat you were listening, so I get that.
exactly. That's what sucked me in was the baby goat. So it says when you genuinely listen with
Mhm,
curiosity
mhm,
without rushing to respond. That's the big key. People feel it, they
mhm,
feel valued, they feel seen,
mhm.
all of those things. So
Yep,
again, we
mm,
talk about that in
totally get
conference
that.
school too.
I'm
It's
short
a
I'm short on that one.
yeah, well, listening, they say, is truly a superpower. And we know that. And
Boy,
we all can listen better.
absolutely.
Every one of us. So anyway, number 5, match energy, not the personality.
Mhm.
I thought this was interesting. If they're calm and composed, this is hard for me. You got to tone yourself down.
Yep. Mhm,
That last one was hard for you. This one's hard for me.
mhm. This one,
You know,
I will never forget. Sharon McGuckin talked about this many times on stage, and she would say, "Your mom always told you never to copy anybody. This one you're supposed to do. Copy what
oh,
they're
that's
doing."
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Ma-
copy that energy. When they're talking fast and that, you can do that because they're relating to you more.
Yep.
Slow down. Yeah, I always thought.
Slow down, and
Yeah,
not get high. Yeah. People feel comfortable with people that understand their rhythm.
yeah, that's true.
And yeah, 100%. I ran into a Gliffy Amy Balster,
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
who I love, the floral coach. And she and I get in that exact rhythm when we're together
I can
because we
see that.
both are pretty high energy
Yep.
anyway.
Mhm.
But when we depart from one another, I just have such a good feeling because I got so hyper for 15 minutes, and we are like, selfie, and not just get, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure everybody around us was like, oh my gosh, you girl. Anyway, and then we go from real high, and then I can't remember what we were talking about. We go real low and we lean in. When I was reading this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Amy and I for just those little moments.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen her in a year, but it just boom, we just swarmed. And I just got tickled because I thought of her.
It's so true. Yeah, I love that.
And you just have those people in your life.
Mhm,
Number 6, be authentically curious.
mhm.
Be,
That's what's
ask.
different than the other one?
Well, the other one was listen like you're learning something
Okay,
new. The other one's about listening.
alright.
This one is to truly be authentically curious and to ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what made you decide you wanted to actually buy a goat? That's so fascinating to me. Or, whatever it is. What made you choose the floral industry? I mean, I think you and I are both pretty authentically curious, or we would not be doing a
Yeah.
podcast
Oh, isn't that the truth? Whew.
because we love to interview people. We love to learn new things. We love to find out more about each other, all of those things. If you're not a naturally curious person,
Mhm.
you're probably not going to get on air once a week and speak your truth.
And I think even when we present, we are curious about our audience and,
Oh, for
work the
sure.
room before we go there because, man, you learn so much. I'm so curious about why people are sitting there listening to what we have
Yeah.
to say. And when
Yeah.
we're on this presenting, we are interacting with them because we are curious and we know that others learn from what they have to show
Yeah.
as well. So, anyway, yeah, I
Yeah.
just think that is so true.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, working the trade show part of any of these conventions
Mhm.
is both good and bad, right? I mean,
Mhm.
it's a long day,
Mhm.
but that's where this authentic curiosity for me comes in because one of the best parts is when somebody comes up to our booth and they're asking what's flower click, and again, the hardest question in the world for me to answer because I don't know where to start, but
Mhm.
I love to ask them about their business and like what's your pain point, like what are you struggling with right now, or how'd you get in this business, and then just let them go
Mhm.
because I'm truly curious.
Yeah. No, I totally
Like, what
agree. I mean, that's when you're so curious, especially at a
Yeah,
conference like that. One, why did you select to go to business? But then the other is, why are you here? What did you come here
right.
to learn?
How Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
exactly. So, I think there's just a lot of value to being able to do that. And then the last one is don't try to be memorable, but be meaningful. Most of us try too hard to impress
Mhm.
when our goal should just be to connect. Being memorable isn't about standing out, it's about standing true to who you are. And this is where, going back to our customer service, your values, your culture, the vision of your business, like all of those things, staying true to the business,
Yeah,
those are all meaningful. Like they need a meaningful experience
yeah.
when they've left your store or hung up the phone or whatever.
That is so true. I really like that because that's what you're right, gets customers to come back. It's not that you said something that they're like, oh, I'm gonna remember that. No, they're gonna
Mhm.
remember the kindness, they're gonna remember the interaction, they're gonna remember how you treated them,
Yeah.
and that's
I think it was one of our slides we did at Texas State. It was like they're not going to remember the actual design, but they're going to remember how you made them feel,
yep,
whether that was good
mhm,
or bad,
mhm, yeah.
you know?
Those are really
So,
good, Lori.
yeah, yeah. And they were like, you know what? Not everyone needs to be over the top, charming, and extravagant and silly and like all of the things. But these things, I think everybody can learn these.
Mhm, definitely,
Um,
just read them off, all of them together, so just
so
remind
they
me and
were
our clickers,
Yeah, so to be present, you don't always have to be prepared, but be present with that customer
okay?
or that person. To lead with warmth, not just confidence. It didn't say not confidence. Lead with warmth, not just confidence.
Okay.
Dress like you respect the
Mm,
moment. I think that's a good one. Listen like you want to learn something new,
mhm,
which we should always want to learn.
mhm,
Match the energy,
mm.
not the personality. Be authentically curious and leave a trace of gratitude.
Mm, mm,
That's the last one. Most people end interactions abruptly. You can stand out by closing with grace. Think about Chick fil A. Have a blessed day.
mhm.
I love it every time. It just makes my day. I know it's silly and it's rote in their memory, but every single time, yes,
Yeah.
have a blessed day. They didn't have to.
I love those, Lori. Thank you.
You're
It's a lot
welcome.
to
So
think about.
maybe we will go forth and use these too.
Well, I think we all use them. I think what it does is it brings an awareness to what you're doing
Yeah,
and why.
yeah, I would agree. They're just good reminders. Like, are we doing this? We're doing this as a business, right? We're doing this as a whole shop, right? We're all doing these. Yeah,
Wouldn't
we
be
are. Good job. Yeah, yes.
wouldn't be bad to
So
bring those up at a staff meeting for
that's what
some
I was
things like,
thinking. Yeah, yeah. Put them on a slide. Put them on a chalkboard.
there you go. All right, let's go finish some jelly beans.
Jelly beans.